Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Buenos días, buenas tardes y buenas noches. No importa la hora que sea, siempre es un gran momento para aprender español con Profesor Pablo. Hope everybody's doing well. Espero que todos estén bien. Our lesson today is about the word since. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters, 4 considerations about the word since. And then we have 3 other clusters here. Let's take a look at the first one. Since when? Desde cuándo? Desde cuándo. Our cluster number 2, desde plus point in time. This is not amount of time, this is a point in time, like when. Desde plus point in time, when. Since yesterday would be desde ayer. Since last night, desde anoche. Since last week, desde la semana pasada. Since last year, desde el año pasado. Since this morning, desde esta mañana. Since 5 o'clock, desde las 5. Since 1 o'clock, desde la 1 de la tarde. Since 10 at night, desde las 10 de la noche. Like how long have the lights been out? Since 5 this morning, desde las 5 de esta mañana. Since last month, desde el mes pasado. And since last test. Yeah, this is a point in time. Like whenever that last test was a month ago, okay, you're talking about that point in time. This could be the day of the test, right? Desde el examen pasado. Desde el examen pasado. Since last test, since the last exam. Now here our third cluster, desde hace plus amount of time. Now we're not talking a point in time, we're talking amount of time. And we have un día, a day, una hora, an hour, una semana, a week, un año, a year, un mes, a month, mucho tiempo, a long time. Amount of time, you're going to go desde hace. So if I want to say for a day, desde hace un día. For a day now, desde hace un día. For an hour, desde hace una hora. Desde plus point in time, right? There's no hace with it. But if you say amount of time, you've got to go desde hace plus amount of time. For a week, or for a week now, desde hace una semana. How long has this been going on for? Desde hace un año, for a year. How long has it been going on for? ¿Desde cuánto tiempo hace? How long has it been going on for? Desde hace un mes, for a month. Desde hace mucho tiempo, for a little while. Desde hace poco tiempo. If it's a point in time, you're going to come up with it here. These are our examples. There are many others. If it's an amount of time, you have to put the hace in there. Desde hace. So desde plus point in time, desde hace plus amount of time. And then our last cluster, since. You know, like for reasoning, like since it's raining, since nobody's here, since you don't want to go, since I don't have any money, that's puesto que plus indicative. Remember, indicative is any verb tense that's not subjunctive. So that eliminates 8 and 9, and that leaves us 3 through 7. Present, preterite, imperfect, future, and conditional. 5 indicative verb tenses, okay? But we're going to go with the present tense for our examples, because they are the most common. These examples here. Puesto que, since it's raining, puesto que está lloviendo. Since it rained yesterday, puesto que llovió ayer. Since it has rained a lot, puesto que ha llovido mucho. You can go any indicative tense after puesto que. Since nobody's home, puesto que nadie está en la casa. Since they're sick, puesto que están enfermos. Well, since the lights are off, I guess nobody's home. Puesto que las luces están apagadas, me imagino que nadie está en la casa. Since it's snowing, puesto que está nevando. Since it has snowed, puesto que ha nevado. Since it's going to rain, since it is going to snow, puesto que va a nevar. You see, indicative. You can go to any of those indicative tenses. Nublado, let's go with estar nublado, to be cloudy. Since it's cloudy, puesto que está nublado, we're not going to go take pictures today. No vamos a salir a sacar fotos hoy, puesto que está nublado. Since it's really smoggy out, puesto que hay mucho humo, han cancelado el partido. They have canceled the game. You could make up many, many examples on your own, starting with since plus a reason. Since I don't have any money, puesto que no tengo dinero. Since the car is broken down, puesto que el carro está descompuesto. Since nobody wants to go, puesto que nadie quiere ir. Since the store is closed, puesto que la tienda está cerrada. Whatever you finish off the communication with, that's whatever you want it to be, okay? Since she is at school, puesto que está en la escuela, we can't talk with her now. No podemos hablar con ella ahora mismo. Since it's raining, they're going to cancel the game. Puesto que está lloviendo, van a cancelar el partido. So let's take a look. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 clusters. Remember, when you review the big board, go cluster by cluster and make sure that you understand each. First of all, if you just want to ask the simple question, since when? Desde cuándo? Desde cuándo? Somebody could respond with desde plus point in time or desde hace plus amount of time. So if you say desde cuándo, I don't know what you're referring to. I could say since last week, desde la semana pasada. But if I want to say for a week, desde hace una semana. La semana pasada is not an amount of time. It is a point in time. Okay? Desde hace una semana is an amount of time. So they're very similar, but here, desde la semana pasada, since last week, that's your point in time. Amount of time would be 1 week. Desde hace una semana. So you can answer these however you want, but remember, if you're coming with a point in time, it's just desde plus the point in time. If you come with an amount of time, it's desde hace. Okay? If I want to say since last year, it'd be desde el año pasado. If I want to say for a year now, desde hace un año. You see, un año is an amount of time. El año pasado is a point in time. Some others here. Since this morning, the car horn has been going off. Desde esta mañana, la bocina del carro está sonando. Desde esta mañana. It's been going off for 5 hours. Hace 5 horas que la bocina está sonando. Isn't that beautiful? Just little subtle differences. And puesto que plus indicative, indicative again, verb tenses, verb numbers 3 through 7, present, preterite, imperfect, future, and conditional. Those are your 5 indicative verb tenses. The 2 subjunctives are 8 and 9, and of course 0 is the infinitive, 1 is the ando, yendo, the ing, and 2 is the ado, ido, what we call the past participle, the ed form of the verb. Okay? Let's go one last review. If you just want to ask, since when? Desde cuándo? Since last week, desde la semana pasada. For a week now, desde hace una semana. Puesto que is when you're giving a reason for something. Puesto que la puerta está cerrada y no tengo la llave, no podemos entrar. Since the door is closed and I don't have a key, we can't go in. Puesto que la puerta está cerrada y yo no tengo llave, no podemos entrar. So you have desde cuándo, since when, desde plus point in time, since whenever that point in time is, and desde hace plus amount of time, it means like for a month now, desde hace un mes, for a year now, desde hace un año, for 2 hours, desde hace 2 horas. You don't need to put the now on there, but many times people do. Like, how long have you been waiting for? Desde hace 5 horas, for 5 hours now. Desde hace 5 horas, for 5 hours. And puesto que, this is really, really beautiful because you can put almost anything you want here and then come back with the second part of the sentence. Okay, for example, puesto que no hay nieve, no vamos a ir a las montañas para esquiar. Since there's no snow, we're not going to go to the mountains to ski. puesto que no hay nieve, no vamos a ir a las montañas para esquiar. Okay? So there you have it. Since. We've got our clusters. We've got the 4 here. We have our points in time here. And we have amount of time here. And we just have a few verbs here we were using with puesto que, since. Okay? Es todo por ahora. Es otra lección. Ya está. Ya estuvo. Hasta la próxima lección. You guys have a wonderful day. And we'll see you soon. Tengan un gran día. Nos vemos pronto. Hasta luego.